Hey guys, I am Foxtrot Delta and welcome back finally to some more Cosmoteer. Several of you wanted me to play this once again and well, here it is. Now Cosmoteer has been updated since the last time we checked it out, and as is the case with Cosmoteer more often than not, when the game is updated the mods tend to break, and that is precisely what has occurred. The game did receive an update and the ABH mod no longer functions, so all of the cool Star Trek gadgets and gizmos, phasers, photon torpedoes, quantum torpedoes, impulse engines, none of those things work, and none of the vessels equipped with those modded parts function. So we're just stuck with regular conventional cannons and lasers and thrusters in regular Cosmoteer, which still really is a lot of stuff. I love Cosmoteer. I love all of the different configurations of ships you can build. For those of you who don't know what Cosmoteer is and you have no idea what I'm talking about, it is a game. It's a 2D game, obviously. It's just this top-down view where you build spaceships and battle them against each other. So here we have a small fighting vessel. We have two small cannons here, a couple electro bolts, and a bunch of small thrusters. Now I could go through what all these different things do. I mean, the cannons, they shoot cannon rounds. Electro bolts, they tend to short circuit enemy systems. We have control room here. If I hit the I key, we can go inside and look at all the fun intricacies of the inner workings here. No hallways, just a bunch of crew quarters, a couple reactors, and fire extinguishers, because, you know, fire extinguishers are one of those things you don't think about that often in Cosmoteer, but a ship without fire extinguishers is a ship that is doomed from the start, because if a fire breaks out, there's nothing that can be done except wait for it to burn itself out, and it's very likely that that will devastate the vessel if it reaches a reactor, especially. If these reactors blew up, the whole thing would be vaporized, pretty much, anyway. So, today, what we're going to be checking out in Cosmoteer, we're going to be looking at least one new thing. Actually, I think there only is one major new thing I can really show you, and that is a new weapon. It's called the Heavy Laser Blaster? Yeah, the Heavy Laser Blaster. It's like the regular Light Laser Blaster, except it's double-barreled, and I've actually built one ship that incorporates this new weapon into its design. It has two large laser guns on a single turret, which combine for much higher damage, at the expense of some accuracy and versatility, so it's a heavy-hitting, longer-range laser weapon. Very cool. And the vessel that I designed somewhat recently, it's been a few months actually, but I think this update was still out. Let's see, if I do this, it is right here. Well, eventually it'll be right. There it is, the Dreadnought. I built this vessel a little while back, back when I was messing around with some multiplayer, and it does have some flaws, but it has this nice like dual engine bay design, which is also a flaw in itself because it's very vulnerable. If you cut off both of these support struts, this thing has virtually no thrust except for, you know, strafing sideways with these thrusters here. But these are the weapons that I was mentioning, the Heavy Laser Blaster 2 crew. We have one here, we have another one here, and we have a third one over here. I have none in the front, but I have two ion beams. No railguns on this design. It's massive, absolutely massive. 452 souls on board, so it takes a lot to crew this thing. One major design flaw that I've found out through testing is, despite, you know, this heavy armor here and here and here, if one of these reactors goes, maybe not this one, but if this reactor goes, the entire front is 9 times out of 10 completely blown off. They're just hollowed out entirely, so this entire section becomes useless. Now, of course, the front of this vessel is only a small portion, and a lot of the heavier hitting weapons are on the side anyway, so it's not that much of an issue, but it tends to explode in the front if a railgun shot hits just in the right spot. So let's try some fighting. I'm actually going to grab... Maybe I should grab a bunch of small fighters just to start off with, just to show you guys what this thing is capable of. Okay, actually I've decided what better way to send a fleet of fighters up against this dreadnought than to use my carrier vessel, which is right here, the Delta Carrier, a very original name, not influenced by my YouTube channel at all. Let's try this. Let's select all of these explosive charges, detonate. There we go. We're going to grab... Let's grab these two. Send them this way. Maybe? No? No? Maybe? Yes? No? No. This is a minor flaw with this design. These ships don't actually like to leave their docking bays. They get exceptionally confused and uncoordinated. Alright, let's try this. Now, this carrier itself has virtually no offensive weaponry except for 4 missile launchers, 2 on this side, 2 on this side. It has a lot of armor up front, which is really, it's just so it can protect the fighters inside. Come on. Baby steps. There we go. There we go. Now we got it. Trying to maneuver these guys in battle is not easy. It also has some defensive weaponry. It has a couple of, well, more than a couple. It has quite a few missile defense turrets. What are these? These are called point defense system turrets. Okay, so there's quite a few of those. Other than that, though, it's really just made for transport of these fighters so they can undock and join the fight wherever that is. Okay, I'm going to hit pause. I am going to select this group. I'll tell them to move here. I will select this group, tell them to move here. Actually, hitting pause wasn't necessary quite yet. But we are going to get this battle set up. Let's grab these guys. Let's grab these guys. Let's grab them. Tell them to go here. Let's grab all of them now. Switch their allegiance to player 2. Tell this guy to go here. I will change the AI to normal. And now explosions should begin. Turning AI on normal. Okay, our entire fleet is controlled by the AI. The computer is fighting itself here. All on normal AI, except for this guy. This guy is still under my personal control, because otherwise I think the AI would have him wander off and get lost. So let's see who will win. These... How many were even on this? Well, 4, 8, 12. We had 12 fighters to start off with. Let's see how many will survive. If any. Already, something exploded. The Dreadnought is pulling back. Let's actually slow this down to 1/4 speed. We can really get a nice view of what's happening inside the Dreadnought. It looks like this section has been breached. What is that? Well, it's gone now. None of the reactors are in danger yet of being hit by enemy weapons fire. This fighter is on fire. This reactor is critical. That fighter's gone. This one was also just vaporized. Ooh, damage to the port engine section. The forward engine room here has been damaged. There are fire extinguishers located in the engine pods. Another thing just exploded. I think that was a fighter right here. We don't have too many shield generators on this ship. I just wanted to protect the core section with the shields. Everything else I wanted really to be dependent upon the armor, because I had a choice. I could either cover the thing in armor, or cover the thing in shield generators and sacrifice the armor. And shield generators, oh, that sounds nice. You know, shields, as long as you have power to them, they'll protect you well. Yes, but it's the... Oh, no, wait a minute. We're having problems. The, Oh, wait. Can they get the... Oh, come on. Can they get the fire extinguisher to the reactor room soon enough? Oh no. Yes, they did put the fire out on that reactor core, but it has spread to the crew quarters here. So there's fires raging in the front section. They're mostly under control. Oh, there are those heavy laser blaster blasts. Look at those things. There's a lot of... Well, even though it's energy, there's a lot of mass to them. It looks like there's a lot of weight to that shot. And they really do have quite an impact. Wow. Okay, what's left? Just the carrier And, ooh, we have a fire in the starboard large cannon in the nose. We have a couple fire extinguishers on the move currently. This vessel has three, I think. Yeah, three control rooms, so if the front is destroyed, no problem. If the back is destroyed, no problem. If the center is destroyed, also no problem. If all three are gone, however, then we begin to run into a small issue of no one controlling the ship at all. And now we get to see that armor doing its job. This has both armor and shields. And as I was in the middle of saying before and then lost my train of thought, if I had shields on this vessel, it would take up space. Like if you look at how much space a shield generator takes up, we have, let's see, 4 little blocks here, plus 2, and I'm not sure, are there any... Okay, plus 2 more as well for the space around the shield generator. So once the shields go down, there would be virtually nothing protecting the hull of the ship or the innards, and since the inside is mostly filled with vital systems, there isn't much armor in there, so really these reactors will be vulnerable. And another issue with relying solely on shields is that these electrobolt blasts actually short out systems, so if these hit a shield, they will cause the shield to lose power or begin to drain rapidly, and most likely you will not have any shields and you'll have no defenses. So armor really is a nice, reliable way to go unless you plan on stacking a lot of shields on top of each other, which is kind of what I tried to do right here, because I really was worried about protecting these missile factories, which would make quite a large bang if they went off. It'd be quite an impressive explosion, I'm sure, but not very beneficial to us when trying to fight enemies off. So let's just continue. Look at that. This shield generator is out of power. That's from those electro bolts hitting the edge of the shields, which you can just see it right here. The edge of the shield is actually inside the hull. But look how well this armor is doing its job at protecting the ship. Even now, if I had more fighters, I could launch them from these bays virtually unharmed. They're not at risk because there's this large slab of armor in the front taking all of these impacts. And it's firing missiles back. I think we've lost a couple people. This has 440 souls, and I think the actual Dreadnought has 452, so we've lost about 12 crew members to various explosions and fire. Now we are about to have a breach in the armor right here with the shield generator. Now I'm going to try to, let's see, remain with the nose facing them. As you can see, once again, those electro bolts drain the shields. Now the armor has been breached, and yep, we just lost the shields. Are they going to continue firing on the reactor core is the question. Ooh, one more shot and they would blow this whole side of the ship apart, but I don't think they'll succeed in doing that. I don't think they're smart enough. The AI is not smart enough. And really, this fight could go on forever. I don't know why I'm keeping it in a... Oh, no, it is smart enough. They just took it out. This is full speed. We're in 1/4 speed virtually that entire time. But this is how fast the actual battle would go. And I couldn't really do this before with a lot of battles in Cosmoteer because my graphics card wasn't that nice. But now with this newer graphics card, things are exceptionally smooth. I have all the graphics cranked all the way up. And there's that chain reaction in the front I mentioned. Look at that. The entire front section is gone. Although we still have 2 control rooms remaining. This vessel, I think, just has 2 control rooms. One in the front, which is about to be... Oh, I thought it was about to be destroyed. Maybe not. And one in the center. Now, this carrier is not made for sideways, broadside attacks. You can see it's very vulnerable in these sections to just splitting apart. If these reactors were to go critical, this entire vessel would be cut into, well, more than one piece. I guess it will be 3 pieces now since this section's already going. Oh, and this section, the scaffolding just detached. I think we can call this a win, though, for the Dreadnought. It's really, there's no chance of this thing defeating it. Let's try something a little, wow, look at all that debris being highlighted. Let's try something a little bit more intense. Let's try 1 or 2 more battles here. I'm going to clear everything. I have not updated my older vessels with the new updates weapons, so I have no heavy laser blasters on, let's say, my command vessel, which is right here. A very strange shape for command cruiser, but it's just the way it ended up looking. It has no real defined shape to it. It's just a bunch of modules, really. We have an entire engine section here with thrusters and weapons, another one here, and we have the ions up front. This at least had a certain design in mind before I put in the various systems. It was going to look like a twin-engine design with a central area and tapering into it. This, I just sort of made this up as I went along. But enough about the design. Let's try these 2 vessels against each other. AI to normal, command cruiser on Allegiance number 2. Now, the Dreadnought may lose here. Even though it has more people on it, this thing has way more weapons. I went for a lot of shields here, which will work in the short term, maybe not, because I put a lot of electro bolts on there now that I'm thinking about it. Ooh, the front section is already destroyed? Already gone. Virtually no damage to the command cruiser. Oh, here are the escape pods, which you guys have seen in the past, I think. Yeah. These sections can be blasted away. We can explode it here. As long as someone's inside, we can ride this thing to safety for a limited amount of time. Because, you know, it's just, there's no actual reactor here. It's just power storage. It's like a battery, really. Alright, a lot of cannon rounds traveling across here. Now, I'm actually going to take control of... Yeah, I'm going to take control of this. It's lost a lot of its front section. The AI just is not that smart, so let's turn this to none. I'm going to rotate the vessel this way and bring it in so that our weapons can actually, you know, hit their target. Because right now, nothing is really firing except the missiles. We want those heavy laser blasters to actually do something. So let's get in range. There we go, laser blasters are firing. Oh my gosh, the port engine is about to be severed. Yep. Maybe the AI was smart in not exposing that side. As I mentioned before, yeah, there's no way this Dreadnought can defeat my command cruiser. I think it actually costs more, too, so this is a better vessel for the same amount of money, really. Let's actually check that out. The command cruiser that I built is 2.5, and maybe it actually is less. Okay, this is just 2 million, so this actually does cost less. And there goes the other engine bay. Ah, well. Let's just destroy everything. Let's get rid of it all. Oh, okay, we are lagging now. That's a lot of things exploding at once. And it's gone. It's all gone. Clear everything. Okay, one last thing I want to try out. Let's get a couple fleets here. Or a fleet, maybe 2. Just for fun. And I will grab the heavy railgun carrier. No, wait, no. Better plan. You guys have seen my heavy railgun in the past, my really huge one that I made way back when. But, oh, wow, this is ridiculous. It really is just a... Oh, my huge ships mod isn't on. Never mind. we're not going to use this at all. Let's see if, I don't know, 3 of these bulky railgun carriers can take out 2 fleets of these guys. Plus a couple dreadnoughts. Let's throw a couple dreadnoughts in there, make it nice and chaotic. Let's grab this. Boom. This. Nope, not that. Boom. Put everyone to AI normal once more. AI, come on, you can do it. Normal. This will most likely be the last battle I do today, just because this will take quite a while, I'm sure, and it should be pretty intense. Okay, and allegiance, layer 2. Okay, things are gonna get really chaotic right about now. Ooh, the game actually is lagging a little bit. That's surprise. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is a lot of stuff going on no matter what graphics card I have. At this point, the computer itself might just be sad. Slow us down to 1/4, we can really see what's happening. There it goes, an incoming railgun shot, deflected by the shields. But we have 2 incoming. Shields were not up in this section. 2 more. Slammed into the side. There's the central one. A lot of damage is being done. The railgun carriers are actually... The railguns are fine. This one's port engine section, engineering section, is really taking a beating, but do they really need those engines? Nah. Because I still have this section, which is still somewhat armored. Let's take in all this chaos. Wow. I think ultimately the fleet and the dreadnoughts will be victorious, but not before a lot of carnage. Oh my goodness, was this... Oh, this was the aggressor type vessel I had before in the fleet, and it is demolished. Here's the other one, which is still okay. Wow. We have the scalpel here. We have the gunboat. Now this version, this variant of the command cruiser does not have escape pods. That was a relatively new addition. So none of my other command cruiser types have escape pods. Oh my gosh! We just vaporized the innards of this gunboat here and threw it off course entirely. Wait, how can it still be sustaining itself? It's completely on fire, but it still has a reactor core intact. What's the inside of that made of? Did we miss all the vital components? We did! Somehow, that blast missed all the vital components. Does it still have... Yeah, it still has munitions production capabilities. I don't think it's going to have power much longer. There are no fire extinguishers in sight back here, and the reactor's all in flames. Oh, the central section of the dreadnought was just taken out, and the front's gone. Oh, this ship is severely crippled and on fire. Look at that. They've focused fire on this dreadnought, and its nose is gone. Whenever that central railgun decides to open fire, it's going to be a really bad day. Yeah, it's a really bad day. Oh, wow. Incredible amounts of damage, and we're auto-saving. Let's knock it back up to half speed. I will have the link to Cosmoteer down in the description down below if you guys want to check it out for yourself. I do highly recommend it. A really wonderful 2D shipbuilding / battle simulator. I thoroughly enjoy it. There's a lot you can do. I haven't played it in a while because I've been busy with other things, but it is a lot of fun. The mods for it are great when they work. Incredible. I think overall, this vessel is still my most successful design. As you can see, this dreadnought didn't do so well. It's virtually destroyed. I think it's lost its control room, its ability to maneuver. This vessel still has a control room, but it's very low on crew. It's lost over 100 people. And its front section is entirely cut off from the rear. This vessel has lost its entire rear section, but it is still plugging along, trying to destroy them. Ooh, a hit to the scalpel on the side. Thankfully that heavy armor was there. Okay, now we're to the point where the engines matter. If you look, this vessel has no engines left, and so it cannot maneuver. Now, one way to solve this would be to actually make a little hole here and just put a couple thrusters inside, which I may do in the future. It would seem to make sense to try to do that, but at the same time, I don't want to sacrifice valuable armor protection by putting systems in that, well, are not as thick as armor itself. Oh. Yeah, these vessels are beginning to lose their maneuverability. If they did not lose their maneuverability, I think they would actually have no issue, no problem dealing with this fleet. Let's take it back to full speed if I can. Oh, this is fun, in a horrible kind of way. Maybe half speed's the way to go. Yep, this guy's completely lost it. Uh-oh. If this... Okay. It did not hit the scalpel. If it did, it would have destroyed it. I think this is a definitive victory for the actual fleet forces, although victory is all relative. It's a very costly victory. The fleet was completely decimated, although we won't know for sure until this vessel is also neutralized. Because this one really isn't going anywhere. We could easily defeat this one just by not being right in front of it like this one ship is. So once we take out all the thrusters on this vessel, I'm willing to call this a win. Definitely willing to call this a victory. Wow. The entire front section of this was just vaporized. Incredible. This dreadnought actually split into 2 sections. This is what the scalpel's supposed to do. It's supposed to slice in there with its ion beams. It's exactly what it's doing. Look at that. A really nice little design. They've lost their central railgun. 1 more to go. Okay, well, they have no more weapons. This vessel is immobilized. This vessel is immobilized. I will call that a victory. So that was some more Cosmoteer. Very cool game. You can have really epic space battles. It does have multiplayer servers, so if you want to do single player or multiplayer, you can. It is a lot of fun. I will have the link to it in the description. I already mentioned that. If you guys enjoyed this... Wow. If you guys enjoyed this video of Cosmoteer, well then please be sure to leave a like, and if you are not subscribed and you want to see more Cosmoteer, well then please subscribe, because, you know, now that I've gotten back into playing it a little bit, I'm really excited to try it out again, so there will definitely be more of it on the channel. I guarantee that. If for whatever reason you guys did not enjoy the video, however, I do apologize for that, and I ask that you leave a comment in the comment section and let me know how I can better improve the quality of the next videos that I produce, so that hopefully you guys will find some entertainment when watching them. And as I've said in the past, if there's any types of ships you want me to get around to building, or any battle scenarios you want me to try out, well, I'll see what I can do. I was going to construct a Sovereign-class vessel because one of you wanted to see that, but I'm hesitant to try it out until I know that the ABH mod works, because what's a Star Trek ship without phasers? That being said, I do have a Star Trek ship without phasers right here. I have the Enterprise Mark IV version. I have 3 previous iterations before it. It can separate, look at this, pretty cool. Meanwhile, the whole battle's still raging over there, but look at this. 2 separate pieces, 2 control rooms, completely independent of one another, very cool. I also have an NX class, which doesn't need mods, so I did build that. The Sovereign will take some work though, and I really want to put phasers on it, so I will wait and see what's going on with that before I attempt it. And yeah, so as always, I am Foxtrot Delta. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful... What is it, Sunday? Yeah, I hope that you guys are having a wonderful Sunday, and I will see you next time.